Nope, you're in the way. This is the mound here that is growing stuff, so you can't lie right there. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to the homestead. Sitting in the garden, as you can see. I wanted to bring something up. A lot of you have no interest in the gardening part of the channel, but that's a mistake, I think. If you're following a channel about self-reliance and you're actually following to maybe learn something or to be inspired by my lifestyle, then food obviously is paramount. Really, you're not self-reliant, and you're not even on the path to self-reliance if you're not able to start growing or acquiring your own food and stop relying on the system. So it's one of the most important things you could do. I put water and food up there, of course, above even energy production, like these solar panels I've got above me. That's all great, but food and water is number one. You're just not going to survive. So getting systems in place that allow you to at least get to, reduce your grocery bill or to become more self-sufficient in food and water is extremely important. So I recommend getting to know more about botany, understanding how plants grow, not only for growing your own food, but also for learning about how plants can benefit you from the wild, like from the trees that you can use for different raw materials for building or for burning, to what foods are feeding the wildlife or the fish or whatever it is that you're trying to harvest. You need to understand what it is that they're eating, so you know where to find them, first of all, where you can find the animals, but also what you can maybe do on your property to encourage more of those plants that are feeding those animals that you're actually wanting to harvest. And one of the challenges in a northern climate in particular, we have an abundance of water, but we don't have an abundance of good soil and a long growing season. So this is called a cloche. It's a French term. It means bell, essentially. You can see it's kind of bell shaped. In the past they used to be made out of glass, and if you can get glass ones, I recommend them. They're extremely efficient and durable, last a lifetime. These things just keep breaking down, and the reason is that I tend to just pull them off the plants when I don't need them. I stack them together, sun shines through, melts them because of the magnification of all these different layers of clear plastic. So they're not as durable, but they are cheap, so that's why I had bought them. Now what I'm trying to do over time is to replace all my cheap materials with long things that I buy once. These, I have to keep buying them because they break down. Not good for the environment, not good for my budget. So better if I can buy something that's durable, it's going to last a lifetime and beyond, so I can pass them down to my heirs or whoever else might want my things in the future. So the purpose of this is to create a little greenhouse, essentially. So I've got two mounds here. It is May 16th. We had 30-degree temperatures 2 nights ago, and luckily where I've planted this garden, I'm on a bit of an elevation and I have a downslope here, so the cold air tends to settle down in this valley behind me, and that's where you get frost pockets. Up here in this temperate zone, so I have a higher ground there, flows down, and this stays almost ideal. It's well, as far as frost is concerned, I get frost less often here than I do at the lower parts of the property, for example. So planting sensitive plants before the last anticipated frost date is dangerous, because what happens, things sprout, or you plant a seedling in the ground, that cold weather comes at night, kills it, and then you're starting from scratch. It's not like you can just revive that plant because the roots are still alive. The whole plant just dies off. So you need ways of extending the season, getting out early, so that you have a long enough growing season to produce the fruits or the vegetables that you are trying to produce. So squash is one of those things. If I plant a squash plant, and this happens to me every year, I'll start seeds in like February, March, plant them out into the garden too early, they get frost damage and they die. So this year what I did is planted the seeds directly into these two mounds and others. I'll show you others in a future video. And then I put a cloche on one and no cloche on the other. What happened is, you can see squash sprouted here and still has not sprouted here. In fact, I think that's one maybe just emerging right now. These emerged like a week ago. It's been too cold for them to actually grow or like get beyond the primary leaves. But it's got a really good head start on this. This soil's just been too cool. In fact, it can actually damage the seed even if it sits in that cool, it's a slightly damp soil for too long. Could just end up rotting or mice or chipmunks or squirrels can get at them and eat them. So this has been very effective. Now the only problem with this, if I'm not managing this on a daily basis, is it can overheat, because we're about to get really hot weather the next couple of days. But worse than that is that this prevents water from getting in. So this is a dry mound. This one's more damp, but this one's cool. This one's warm. And now that we have warm weather coming in, a little bit of rain, I can probably leave this off. Now it does have vents. It's 2 little vent holes here. You can turn that and close it at night when it's going to be cold. Open it up so when the sun is beating in on here, it doesn't overheat. It actually can vent some of that heat and moisture. So just a little tip to help you grow food for your self-reliance. All right, I'm going to continue this series. I'll do at least weekly videos. This garden's going to explode over the next few weeks as the temperatures start heating up and we get more rain, and that means bugs are starting today too. Black flies are starting to, by the end of the day and over the next couple of days, black flies are going to be brutal, so it's going to be harder to make these videos out here, but I have to work out in the outdoors. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Look forward to see you back here on the homestead next time. Take care.